Hello students, today we are going to take a look at the second semester of second year BCS as well as BSc, and the title of your subject is Language and Communication Skills. This is also called as English, but when you are appearing for the university exam, please remember it's not English, it's language and communication skills. So I have just tried to design few MCQs for you to take a quick glance at the second semester. Here we go. The first MCQ reads like, what is the theme of the essay My Lost Dollar? Okay, the first option is we should control our anger. Second option is we should never borrow the money from our friends. Third option is we should try to control our anger. These two options are deliberately given over here. Issues should be handled with laugh and a pinch of salt, and the correct option is issues should be handled with a laugh and a pinch of salt. This might happen as two similar options may be given, and sometimes this really happens that sometimes the options seem to be very confusing. So I have given two similar options in order to give you a practice so that you are ready for the correct option. To get the correct option, let me tell you, you have to eliminate the three or the two options. I will eliminate these two because these two are repeated. We should try to control our anger. These are repeated two times. And we should never borrow the money from our friends. This is certainly not the correct option, because we have, if you take a look at the chapter, you will come to know that the writer Stephen Leacock is not angry, but he deals with that issue with a laugh and a pinch of salt. Okay, so this is the correct option, that issues should be handled with a laugh and a pinch of salt. Pinch of salt is the wonderful phrase. It means that there should be some understanding as well as some complaint in your friendship. The next MCQ is, at the end of the story My Lost Dollar, what does the writer warn the reader? Read the question carefully, and the options are there that we should never borrow a dollar from our friend, that we should never lend a dollar to anyone. Lend means to give a dollar to anyone. That reader should not leave the copy of this book where it might be seen by Major Todd. That reader should deliberately leave the copy of this book where it might be seen by Major Todd. So what will I do now? I will eliminate those options which are really not applicable. That we should never borrow. Option A is eliminated. B is eliminated. Now I will try to find the right answer from these two options. If you might have taken a close look, if you might have read the chapter completely, you will come to know that the correct option is that reader should not leave the copy of this book where it might be seen by Major Todd. So Stephen Leacock warns that his friend Major Todd should not get this copy of essay, and he should not know Major Todd from who borrows a dollar from the writer. He should not know that his friend has written an essay called My Lost Dollar, in which Major Todd is described. Okay, so the correct option is that reader should not leave the copy of this book. Read the last sentence of the chapter and you will come to know that this is the correct option. Okay, the third MCQ is, what's the meaning of magic tumult in the poem The Bird's Sanctuary? And the correct option is magical confused sounds by the birds. But please let me read these three options. The three other options are magical tricks, magical dance, or all of the above. And the correct option was magical confused sounds by the birds. Actually, tumult itself means confused cries, uproar, or some sounds which are very confusing, because so many birds come together and they chirp together. That's why the sounds are confused. And that's why it's called as tumult, disturbances. Okay, but these are not exactly the disturbances. These are magic tumults, something which is really very magical. This is a famous poem, Bird Sanctuary, written by famous poet Sarojini Naidu. Moving over to the next MCQ. What does the bird sanctuary actually symbolize? Symbolize you have to understand the symbols, the symbol of the bird sanctuary. The first one is that the bird sanctuary symbolizes heaven. Does it symbolize earth? Does it symbolize the shelter for the birds or the house for the birds? Now these two means the same. I'll eliminate this two. And I'll try that these are the extreme two opposites, heaven and earth. So bird sanctuary actually symbolize heaven. Heaven is the correct option. Okay. So Sarojini Naidu dreams to go in that sort of bird sanctuary where all the birds, all the people coming from different walks of life rest in peace. So bird sanctuary actually symbolizes heaven, and birds means different people coming together and resting in peace, at least in heaven. So she also wants a sort of heaven where everyone rests in peace. Fifth MCQ is, which animal is mentioned in the poem stopping by the woods on a snowy evening? Do you know who is the writer of this poem? Well, he is the renowned poet Robert Frost. And which animal is mentioned in the poem stopping by the woods on a snowy evening? The first option is donkey. Is it camel, a dog, or a horse? Of course, students, it's a horse. Remember that he stops by the farm. He stops by the evening. He stops when snowflakes are falling on the earth, and Robert Frost sits on his horse, and he wants to stop and captivate the beauty of nature. That beautiful evening, he wants to take a look. He wants to stop there by those snowy woods on a lovely evening. So he rides on a horse, because we can't imagine a camel in a snowy weather. You cannot imagine a donkey in a snowy weather. You can't imagine you can ride on a dog in a snowy weather. So it can be only a horse. This is the logic which you have to apply. Okay, it's snowy. It can't be a donkey on which you can ride. It can't be a camel. It's a king of desert. It's an animal which can be seen in desert, not in snowy regions. A dog is not an animal on whom you can sit and ride. So it's horse. This is the logic, that it's a horse, and horse is the correct option. It's the animal which is mentioned in the poem Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Moving over to the next MCQ. How will you describe the poem Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening? How will you describe the poem? Description means I've given the four options. Does it mean the conflict of mind and the brain? Is it the conflict between personal desires and social obligations? Or is that a conflict between nature and social obligations? Or conflict between head and heart? I think you might have guessed the correct option, and the correct option is B. Conflict between personal desires and social obligations. I described this poem in this manner because this is the correct option, and the reason is that the poet Robert Frost wants to stay back. He wants to stare the beauty. He wants to sit in the company of nature. Remember that he wants to enjoy the lovely snowflakes. He wants to enjoy the silence. He wants to enjoy the sight of the wonderful evening. But he has many duties to be performed, and that's why at the end of the stanza, Robert Frost says that I have miles to go before I reach. So if you take a closer look and if you do a closer reading of the poem, you will come to know that this is the correct option, that this theme of the poem is a conflict between personal desires and social obligations. Moving over to the next MCQ. Which of the following is not? Please remember, this is a different question, different MCQ which I have tried. Which of the following is not a feature for writing a notice? Now this is how the section 2 of your syllabus, unit 2 of your syllabus is like. Okay, so which is not a feature for writing a notice? First option is always displayed at public places, usually short, content or the message stated in an elaborated manner in paragraphs. Details related to the timing, date, venue of the event, names of the persons to be contacted for information, last dates, etc. And the correct option is content or the message stated in an elaborated manner in paragraphs. This is not a feature for writing a notice. Understand that notices are not written in paragraphs. They are not reports. These are notices. Notices intend simply to inform you about certain event. So they are displayed at public places. They are usually very, very short. You might have seen our college notices. There are many details related to the time, date, venue, and names of the persons whom to be contacted, and last dates of submissions, if at all, are mentioned in the notices. But long paragraphs and notice is not written in an elaborated manner. So this is really not a feature for writing a notice. Writing the notice in paragraphs. This is not a feature for writing a notice. Okay, moving over to the next MCQ. What is the main objective of agenda? What is an agenda? Let me tell you this. An agenda is the piece of paper carrying information regarding which sequence will take place. Okay, so sequence of the meeting is generally written down in agenda. For example, time is also mentioned. For example, if the meeting starts at 10 in the morning, at 10 o'clock in a inaugural speech by the speaker, then at 10:30 speech and information given by the secretary. So this is how the agenda is like. Okay, and now the MCQ which I have asked is, what is the main objective? To inform regarding the details of the meeting, to inform in advance to the members of the meeting, to allow to circulate the information to the members of the meeting, or all of the above. Yes, it's all of the above. Agenda has all the three features. It intends to inform regarding the details. It intends to inform in advance to the members. It also allows to circulate the information. So these are all the features which are covered in an agenda. So the correct option is all these three. That is all of the above. Next MCQ reads like, which of the following is not applicable while writing the minutes of the meeting? If you are writing the minutes, that is detailed version of what took place in the meeting. These are called as minutes of the meeting. So which thing is not applicable? Let us see. The first option is using the agenda as the framework, using the abbreviations. Abbreviations means shortened forms, record the decisions taken, or mentioning personal suggestions and remark. What do you think? I think this is the general question, and I think that you might have guessed the correct option, and the correct option is mentioning personal suggestions and remarks. Yes, students, you generally don't write anything which is personal suggestive or which is remarkable according to your own personal thinking. So this is not applicable while writing minutes of the meeting. You should never be personal, and you should never pass any personal remarks. Moving to the next MCQ, what is required for content writing? Content writing means writing for creative writing, sort of. That is called as content writing. When you are writing for something, when you are writing for a blog or a website, that means you are writing for a particular thing, but that should be a creative writing. Okay, so content is already with you and you are the writer. That means content writing. What is required? What do you think? Is it the fluency of language, or you should be knowing using the animation, or using graphics, or web coding? If you have got to do with content writing, which of these are the correct options? And the correct option is fluency of language. You don't have to go in technical parts. These are the technical aspects, using animation, using graphics, web coding. These are various technical aspects. It has got nothing to do with writing. So fluency of language is required for content writing. Next MCQ is, which of the following is not called as the verbal skill? Generally, there are many options which are given, and you can easily identify which are the verbal skills. But here I have posted a googly, which of the following is not called as a verbal skill? Is it presentation? Is it giving an explanation? Answering the queries? audience awareness. What is it? Remember, I have asked that which is not called as a verbal skill among all these. It's audience awareness. It is not counted as the verbal skills because they are simply aware. They are aware and they are listening, or they may not be listening to do, but they are passive. Audience cannot speak when the speaker is giving presentation or the speaker is giving an explanation, or if the speaker himself is or herself is answering the queries. So audience is simply aware. So this factor does not come under verbal skill. This is the correct option, that audience awareness is not called as the verbal skill. Then what is it called? It's called as non-verbal skill. Okay. Next question. Which of the following are called as the interpersonal skills? Interpersonal skills, so which help you to establish a rapport within a group. Interpersonal. Are these communication skills? Are communication skills called interpersonal? Ability to work together, to motivate each other, or presentation? Which of the following are called as interpersonal skills? And the correct option is all these three. That means communication skills, ability to work together, to motivate each other. These three options come under interpersonal skills, but presentation does not come under interpersonal skill. Okay. That means these are the soft skills which are required for tackling people within a group. Okay. Generally. The next MCQ is, how can you relieve the stress? Come on students, now you don't have any stress, especially when you are answering online. But I can really see that this is a very question which is about general knowledge. So I have given the 4 options. Stress management is one of the best factors which is already covered in your syllabus. So this MCQ is for the same. I've given 4 options. How can you relieve the stress? By being alone, by searching the solution on net, by taking a proper psychotherapy, by overeating. I guess you might have guessed the correct option. The correct option is by taking a proper psychotherapy. Stress can be exactly and completely relieved only by taking a proper psychotherapy and sharing your thoughts and emotions with your friends, with the trustworthy friends. Okay, so this is the correct option, that you have to take, if the disorder is too severe, then you have to take a proper psychotherapy. It helps you to relieve the stress. MCQ number 14. How can a SWOT analysis be carried out? SWOT means strength, S means strength, W means weakness, O means objective, and T means challenges or threats. Opportunities, O means opportunities. So strength, weakness, opportunities, and your threats or challenges. How can you analyze this? How can it be carried out? 4 options are: by stating the objective, by doing time analysis, by avoiding the deadline, by dividing the tasks. And the correct option is by stating the objective. You should know the objective of your problem clearly. Then only you can do the strength, weakness, opportunities, and challenges analysis on it. Okay, unless your objective is clear, unless your problem is clear, you cannot do the SWOT analysis. Your title of the problem should be clear. Okay, that is, you have to state the clear objective. I want to earn 100% marks. So how can you analyze yourself on the basis of strength, weakness, opportunities, or threats? So you have to state your objective clearly. Clearing the exam is not your objective, but flying with good colors, scoring good marks. Okay, so this is your objective. So stating the objective clearly helps you to do a nice SWOT analysis. And this is the correct option, by stating the objective. Last but not the least, and the last MCQ is, the main objective was project management. I repeat, the main objective of project management is to produce a unique product, service or result, to launch something, to improve the quality of the product, to work individually. So what is the main objective of project management? It's to work individually. This is the incorrect option. Okay, and the correct option is to produce unique product, to launch something, to improve the quality of the product. So I have highlighted this thing, that is to work, because that is the correct option, to work individually. So students, I hope you might have liked this video. Thanks for watching this MCQs.